In progress.
Thank you. I call to order the September 16th Board of Aldermen regular meeting. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka.
I'm here.
Alderwoman Tice, absent. Alderman Weggie.
Here.
Alderwoman Sims.
Here.
Alderman Lockmiller.
Here.
Alderman Gould.
Here.
Alderwoman Harder.
Here.
Alderman Erger.
Here.
7 members present, which represents a quorum.
Thank you, Kelly. Before we go any further, for anybody who doesn't already know, I am not Mayor Dimmitt. I usually sit down there at the end. Mayor Dimmitt is in Branson, presiding over a committee connected with the Municipal League, and I just want to say that we have in our mayor somebody who advocates for this city in a very effective way, both locally, at the county level, and even at the state level in Jefferson City, and is very active within the Municipal League. We're very lucky to have him. So him being off and conducting that business gives us an opportunity to conduct this business with me standing in his place. So our next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Has everybody from the board had an opportunity to review the agenda, and are there any changes to be made? Seeing none, the agenda will stand as submitted. Our next item is number 4, a public hearing regarding an ordinance granting comprehensive sign plan approval and building facade modifications for property at 9110 Manchester Road. I will gavel in the public hearing and recognize Whitney as our presenter.
Thank you. Chris Henson is with David Dylan Architects on behalf of Jason Raybeck of the MERS Goodwill Industries. They are looking to do facade improvements at this location at 9110 Manchester Road, and as part of that, they are also seeking a comprehensive sign plan. They have agreed to remove the existing non-conforming pole sign in exchange for slightly larger wall signs. And the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval by 8-0.
Okay. From the board, do you want to take questions when this comes up on the agenda later? Would that be the best way to do it? So for now, I'll ask anybody in the audience, either online or here present, if they have any questions or wish to address the Board of Aldermen with regard to this public notice. Okay, seeing none and nobody online, I will gavel close the public hearing. Thank everybody for their participation. The next item we have on the agenda is citizen comments. Anybody, either in the audience here or online, can address this board on any matter involving the city of Brentwood. You'll be given up to 3 minutes. Please identify yourself along with your address. Please understand that this is not a question and answer period. It is not an effort to engage the board in some kind of conversation or back and forth, but it is an opportunity for you to make whatever presentation you want to make within those 3 minutes, and make whatever points that you want to make. So with all that explanation, there is nobody in the audience. Is there anybody online?
There's no one online.
Okay, we'll move on from the citizen comments. Mayor and aldermanic reports. I'll take the mayor's slot. Madam City Administrator, I didn't see anything else that you wanted me to make an announcement about? Okay. So I'm going to make one very personal announcement. We have my wife and I, we have a granddaughter. Our son and daughter-in-law have a little girl named Winslow, who is a finalist in the Good Housekeeping Baby of the Year contest, believe it or not. So she has a profile on the internet that you can go to by going to babyoftheyear.org, and you can see all about our granddaughter who lives in South Carolina with her father and mother. So that's my big report. I don't have anything else. Babyoftheyear.org. Yep. Alderman Weggie.
No report.
Thank you. Alderwoman Sims.
I just received or just saw a notification that our regularly scheduled Ways and Means Committee meeting that was set for October 3rd, it doesn't look like staff will be ready to make the presentation or initial presentations regarding the annual budget, so that'll need to be rescheduled. The date that's being bandied about is October 16, which works for me, but that needs to be confirmed by others. So there will not be a regular meeting on October 3rd, but news of the rescheduled meeting will be shortly to follow.
Thank you. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Alderman Lockmuller?
No report.
Thank you. Alderman Gould?
October 16 for the rescheduled Ways and Means works for me as well, so. The Ward 3 meeting that is regularly scheduled for next Tuesday, September 24th, it's normally at 6:30. We are shifting it, we're gonna have it, but we're gonna shift it to 7 due to the Brentwood redevelopment committee meeting that will be happening at 6 o'clock here. So please join us at the rec center, I think our normal room, at 7 o'clock next Tuesday.
Thank you. Anything else? Nope. Alderwoman Harder?
No report.
Thank you. Alderman Erger?
Just reporting that Brentwood Forest has their board meeting next Tuesday, September 24th at 6 p.m. in the clubhouse. Thank you.
Thank you. There is no city administrator report. We move on to the consent agenda. Are there any changes to the consent agenda? Alderman
Yes, thank you. I would like to ask that we move item I, Resolution 1521, off of the consent agenda and just placing it as new business item B, so that we can just have a full presentation to the board of that important resolution.
Is there a second to that? Second. And is there any further discussion? Let's do by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? In the estimation of the chair, the motion is approved, and we'll move Resolution 1521 from its current location to item 10B. Okay, with that change, is there anybody willing to make a motion to approve the remainder of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka?
Yes.
Alderman Weggie?
Yes.
Alderwoman Sims?
Yes.
Alderman Lockmiller?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderwoman Harder? Yes. Alderman Erger?
Yes.
Motion carries by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Under old business, we have first bill number 6526. Can we get a second reading from city attorney, please? Excellent.
Number 6526, second reading and consideration for adoption. An ordinance establishing the rate of property tax to be levied for the year 2024 for general municipal purposes, police and fire retirement fund, and public library purposes.
Madam City Administrator, do you want to do some sort of background on this, or do you want me to ask for a motion?
We have a presentation.
Okay.
This is the second read. The tax rates have been posted, met the state requirements. Board of Equalization has submitted their final numbers, and the numbers presented here have been approved by the state auditor. So once approved, we'll submit them to St. Louis County and get our tax rate set.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to perfect Bill 6526 into ordinance form?
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka?
Yes.
Alderman Weggie?
Yes.
Alderwoman Sims?
Yes.
Alderman Lockmiller? Alderman Gould? Alderwoman Harder? Alderman Erger?
Yes.
By a vote of 7-0, Bill 6526 will become ordinance number 5154.
Thank you. The second item on old business is Bill number 6527. Mr. City Attorney, can we have a second reading of that bill as well?
Bill number 6527, second reading and consideration for adoption. An ordinance approving a second amendment to the lease and services agreement between the city of Brentwood, Missouri and the Brentwood Public Library.
Madam City Administrator, yeah, this is a
Yes,
kind of a bookkeeping
the
thing.
Brentwood Public Library, starting next year, would like the ability to be able to set their own tax rate, and this amendment allows them to do that going forward.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? This is a second reading. I would enjoy a motion to perfect Bill 6527 into ordinance form.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka?
Yes.
Alderman Weggie? Alderwoman Sims?
Yes.
Alderman Lockmiller? Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderwoman Harder?
Yes.
Alderman Erger?
Yes.
By a vote of 7-0, Bill 6527 will become ordinance 5155.
Moving on to new business, thank you, is Bill 6528, an ordinance granting comprehensive sign plan approval. We're asking for a first and second reading. Mr. City Attorney, could we have a first reading?
Bill number 6528, first reading, an ordinance granting a comprehensive sign plan approval and building facade modifications for property at 9110 Manchester Road.
Heard a little bit during the public notice section. Are there any questions by the board? Alderman Gould.
Yes, I have one question. So I noticed on the, I guess, what would that be, the west elevation near the back of the building, I think there originally was a large Goodwill sign back there as well. Is that, it didn't show up on the elevations that we received?
Right. No, that
is-
will be coming down.
Okay, so that one is going to be removed, and then you're going to replace it with the front facade, so it won't have two signs on that elevation? Okay, great.
Any other questions? We're asking for a second read of this bill tonight. Can I get a motion for a second read?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? By acclamation vote, all those in favor of a second read, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? In the estimation of the chair, the motion passes. Can we have a second read of this bill, Mr. City Attorney?
Bill number 6528, second reading and consideration for adoption, an ordinance granting comprehensive sign plan approval and building facade modifications for property at 9110 Manchester Road.
Can I get a motion to perfect Bill 6528 into ordinance form?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Are there any questions you want to ask with regard to the design? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka?
Yes.
Alderman Weggie?
Yes.
Alderwoman Sims?
Yes.
Alderman Lockmiller? Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderwoman Harder? Alderman Erger?
Yes.
By a vote of 7-0, Bill 6528 will become ordinance 5156.
This brings us to Resolution 1521, which is a resolution approving a contract with Raftelis Financial Consultants. Alderman Gould, you'd asked for this to be pulled from the consent agenda. Do you want to give us a little background?
Yeah, this is a subject that we've been taking up for some time at the Communications Committee, and I just thought that it would be worth the full board. I'm not sure if everyone has been able to watch any of those proceedings, so it'd be worth having Michelle present to us, to the full board, and for your consideration for a communications audit and plan, and then ultimately some cohesiveness with our brand as it relates to outreach to citizens and businesses and just the community in general. So,
Michelle, you have the floor.
So pretty early on in my tenure here, I met some people from Wentzville, and they told me about their communications audit and plan process. And I thought that it sounded like something really good and worthwhile that possibly the city of Brentwood would benefit from. So with the support of the Communications Committee, I initiated the RFP process. We received 5 respondents from companies across the country. And with a selection committee, we determined that the best company for what we were looking to do was Raftelis. And they've been a really great company to work with thus far in terms of just communication. We've seen some of their products that they've produced for other businesses, companies, and cities, and it looks really great. I think it's really quality products. So we're recommending that we enter into a contract with them for a communications audit, plan, style guide, and logo.
They may have any questions.
Just to clarify, and are we looking at one fiscal or splitting it up?
We would be splitting it up between the end of this fiscal year and then the first quarter-ish of next fiscal year.
Any other questions? Well, with that in mind, I would entertain a motion to adopt the resolution 1521.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka,
Yes.
Alderman Weggie,
Yes.
Alderwoman Sims,
Yes.
Alderman Lockmiller,
Yes.
Alderman Gould,
Yes.
Alderwoman Harder, Alderman Erger.
Yes.
Motion carries by a vote of 7 to 0.
Thank you. We come to item 11 on our agenda, which is a second opportunity for citizen comments. Is there anybody in the audience or online who wishes to engage this board? You'll be given 3 minutes, and you want to provide us your name and address. Is there anybody online?
There's no one online.
Having nobody online, closing number 11 on our, that is our last agenda item. Seeing no other agenda items, we do not require to go into closed session tonight. I declare this meeting adjourned.